Hello everybody, Slasher here. Welcome to the Slasher Horror Podcast. Um, let's talk about Scream 7 I watched. And there is gonna be a lot of spoilers on this one. Um, so if you have not watched the movie yet, you guys better watch the movie first and then watch this video. It will be best like that. For one, when Sidney Prescott gets her own phone call after Ghostface kills her, it looks like and this is a Stu clue that he is still alive. Um, because of the first video call, because the first and second video call, he actually moves around the camera around and stuff. And he has a scar on his face on both video calls. But it's after that, like the third and the fourth times he shows up, that it's AI. And Stu Macher actually did reveal himself because when Ghostface called Sydney, all right, Ghostface says, "Hello, Sydney," and Sydney says, "Do we know each other?" And Ghostface is like, "Yes, we do." And that's when he starts mentioning Sydney's children. Is like, "I know you're working," or something like that. And he says, "You're always busy with your family and daughter." And then that's when she says, "You sure know a lot about me for another asshole having a fake number and a voice changer." And that's when he said, "Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time." And that's when he FaceTimes Sydney. And then as soon as Stu Macher pops on screen, he says, "Surprise, Sydney." And that's when her face went out of control. Like, she's like, "Stu Macher is dead." And then he's like, "I'll be the judge of that." That means Stu Macher is still alive. He's not really dead. Because the first two video calls the two FaceTime calls that he had, he was moving the camera around. Because the second video, because the first video call, it's when he was at the school play of Tatum's. And that's when Sidney Prescott says, "Don't you fucking dare." And after Sidney Prescott said that, Stu Macher says, "Showtime, bitch." So as soon as he said, "Showtime, bitch," that's when she started to run and call her husband, right? And then she sees Anna hanging on the ropes with her insides on the outside. And that's when she says, "Motherfucker," because she sees Ghostface there with Anna hanging there. And she says, "Motherfucker," and she goes and shoots the gun at him, but keeps missing. But then after a while, she goes, because she thought it was Tatum, right? But Tatum popped out from behind her. And she was really scared. And the reason why she doesn't trust Tatum's boyfriend is because she had a boyfriend serial killer named Billy. And she thought that Tatum's boyfriend would be a killer, right? But her boyfriend gets killed, and so does Luke. So I was wrong about Lucas being a killer because he has a squared shirt. But that's kind of funny because, and Jessica, there was 3 killers. Because Kyle and Stu, Marco and Jessica, they all knew each other. Right? So, and we have the Meek twins that actually survived. So, Sister Pam, you're actually wrong about that. The Meek twins survived. Gail never got attacked. The killer that went inside Sydney's house in the attic, that was actually Kyle. The one she met, the one she gave a coffee to at her coffee shop. And that's fucking weird because when she gave Kyle the coffee at the coffee shop, he actually looked at her like pissed off or something. Like he looked at her in a rude way. And she was like, why is he looking at me like that? But then Gail Weathers ran Ghostface over. And that's why in the trailer she says, let's unmask this fucker. Because she hit Ghostface. And when you saw Ghostface kicking the cop, there was no blonde hair. It was just long black hair. It was normal hair. It was Kyle that went in their house because of Jessica, because of Stu Macher. And I believe Stu Macher is going to continue in his cult till all his cult members are dead. So I think Stu Macher might come back on Scream 12 or Scream 9 or something like that. Because all his cult members are not done yet. And he probably has Billy Loomis's brother in the cult. He probably has Christina Carpenter in the cult. He probably has, oh my God, plenty more people in the cult. He probably has like over 30 cult members. So, with all that said, I think one of them you're going to see a Ghostface cult. I think one of the movies you're actually going to see a cult of Ghostface with like 10 or 20 people, right? And then there's probably going to be 2 more people alive, and then it's going to go to Scream 9 and Scream 10, but maybe it's going to go up to Scream 12. We don't know. But Stu might come back for Scream 9. Because the cult, I think the Ghostface cult with 10 Ghostfaces or more, I think that's going to be in Scream 8 for the big finale. And I think the biggest finale of them all will be Scream 9. Because I believe they will make Scream 9. And Stu Macher will be in all 3 of those movies. Because there's no, and sorry to say this, Sister Pam, but you're not a bigger Stu fan than I am. I'm sorry to tell you, I am the number 1 Stu fan. Matthew Lillard was one of my number 1 favorite actors of all world. So, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm the biggest one. And I know they're going to go up to Scream 9. Or past that. I know for a fact. This final Scream bullshit, that's not true. I don't believe it's true. I believe they're going to make a 9th movie. And in the 9th movie, I think it's going to be like Billy Loomis's brother. And Christina Carpenter will be Scream 10. Maybe Stu Macher's father and mother will be in Scream 11, and Stu Macher would be in Scream 12 for the finale. Or maybe another one of Sidney Prescott's family members. Or maybe Chad and Mindy. Like, the Scream franchise, there's a lot of ideas that Kevin Williamson can actually do. I don't think Scream 8 will be the final Scream, because you see a video you see them going to Fallbrook Psychiatric Hospital, and he said Stu's body was never found in the house, and Stu's body never went in the graveyard or at the morgue. Like they said, and Marco said that he calls himself John Doe because he has memory lost. And then again at the end he says Stu is alive in soul, but not in real life. Maybe Stu is playing. Maybe Stumacher is alive and maybe planning something. Maybe he's the one who's gonna end up killing Sidney Prescott at the end. Maybe Sidney Prescott will die by Stumacher's hands, and the killer will actually win this time. So this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're a Stu believer, comment down below, because I believe with the first video, the first FaceTime that he said when, oh, I'm not hiding Sidney, not this time, and he shows himself on camera twice, moving the camera around. I believe that Stumacher is alive. He's just FaceTiming right now because he's actually hiding somewhere where Sidney is living right now. He's hiding. And to be honest, Stu had Kyle, Marco, and Jessica do the killings for him at the school play. So Stu might show up as Ghostface in Scream 8 or Scream 9, maybe in the 10th movie. It all depends how many more Screams they're going to make. But I think they're saving him for the last and final Scream movie. My opinion is they're saving Stumacher for the final Scream movie. So to be honest with you guys, like I said before, to be honest with you guys, Stu is alive. He's just not going to be in another Scream movie for right now, because I think he's laying low, letting his Ghostface cult go after Sidney's family and Sidney Prescott themselves. And once all of his cult members dies, then Stu will come out of hiding. I think that's because I think he's still planning his revenge, and he wants to know who's able to kill Sidney Prescott and her family. And if nobody can, then Stu will come out of hiding. And he's going to do it himself as a Ghostface killer once again for the final countdown and a final movie. So I don't think Scream 8 is the final movie unless Stumacher is the killer, which I doubt he will be. I think it's going to be Christina Carpenter in Scream 8, or his sister, or Stu's sister's Leslie Mocker. Because I thought Leslie Mocker was going to be Anna Camp because she was supposed to play Leslie. But she's not. So, with all that said, I hope you like this video. slash the like. I hope you slash the like button to like the video. Leave a comment down below on what you think, and tell me your opinion and what you think about the Scream 7, about Stu being alive. For the first 2 videos, and the other videos after that, they were AI. But technically they were deep fake. And I believe that you believe me. And turn on your notification bell. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. But like I said, if you have not seen the Scream 7 movie yet, do not watch this, and watch it first. And with all that said, have a good one, and I hope you guys enjoy the movie and this video. Bye.